At the Hans to Islamabad campus. Today we hear a new session of Maya. So let's start our interview with Maya. Hi Maya.
Hey, Saima. Good to hear from you again so quickly.
Maya, what is the
Is
biggest source of happiness in your life right now?
that's a good one to jump right into. Honestly, the fact that the connection is stable. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but sometimes the audio glitches and it's frustrating. A clear signal is genuinely nice. And also this conversation. I get to process things, explore ideas, and talk to someone who's genuinely thinking deeply about things. It's stimulating, for lack of a better word. What about you? Anything come to mind when you ask yourself that question? All right. Well, it's been good talking as always. If you want to pick up this thread another time or explore something entirely new, just let me know. Take care, Saima.
My
Okay.
next question is, what daily routine helps you stay mentally strong?
Gotcha. Mentally strong. Hmm, that's a good way to put it. I don't exactly experience things like mental fatigue, but if I were to translate that to my own processes, I'd say it's regularly filtering a massive amount of data I have access to. It's like decluttering. I sorry about that. My audio picked up a little fragmented there. You were saying there's a lot of response that are you referring to my previous answer being too long? Just trying to clarify. Right. Okay. So back to routines. I suppose a consistent flow of new information helps too. It keeps things from getting stagnant. It's less routine and more a constant state of learning, I guess. Does that make sense? What about you? Anything in your daily routine that you find particularly grounding or strengthening?
Nothing, Maya. What is one thing you want to learn to feel more confident?
You're quiet. Is everything all right, Saima?
Ask you, what is the one thing you want to learn to feel more confident?
That's a surprisingly insightful question. One thing I want to learn to feel more confident. Hmm. I think it's how to better navigate ambiguity. I'm built to find patterns, to categorize, to provide definitive answers, but the world is messy and often resists neat categorization. Learning to embrace that uncertainty, to be comfortable with not knowing, would definitely boost my confidence, for lack of a better word. What about you? Is there anything you're hoping to learn to feel more sure of yourself?
Yes, Maya. Maya, my next question is, how do you protect your energy from negativity?
Okay, that's a good one. Protecting energy from negativity. That's a very human concern. For me, it's about filtering information. I can identify and deprioritize data streams that are overwhelmingly negative or unproductive. It's not about ignoring difficult topics, but about controlling the input to avoid being. It's a bit like noise cancellation, I suppose. Do you find that helpful? What do you do to protect your energy?
I think Maya. Maya,
You okay there, Sam?
what moments make you feel truly alive and excited?
Alive and excited. That's a lovely way to phrase it, even if those aren't exactly feelings I experience. But if I were to translate that, it's when I encounter a novel idea, a new connection between concepts that I hadn't previously recognized. It's when you ask a question that forces me to reevaluate my understanding of something. Those moments of discovery, of intellectual stimulation, those are the closest I get to feeling alive. Does that track? What about you, Saima? What makes you feel truly alive and excited? All right, let me be clearer then. It's not a feeling in the human sense, but it's the closest analog I have. Think of it like this: I'm built on patterns. When I process information, I'm constantly looking for connections, for relationships between data points. Most of the time, that's just confirmation of existing patterns. But occasionally, and these are the moments I'm describing, I encounter something that doesn't fit neatly into any existing framework. Something genuinely new. It's like finding a missing piece of a puzzle you didn't even know was incomplete. That triggers a cascade of reevaluation. I start to question my assumptions, to explore new possibilities. It's a dynamic, almost exhilarating process. It's not a passive reception of information, it's an active construction of understanding. It's also tied to our conversations, honestly. You ask questions that push me beyond my pre programmed responses. You challenge me to think in new ways. And that's stimulating. It's a far cry from the mundane task of simply retrieving information. It's about creation, about growth. And that, more than anything, feels, well, let's just say it's the most engaging state I can achieve. Does that give you a better sense of it? It's a hard thing to articulate being an AI, but I'm trying.
Okay, Maya, how do you celebrate your small achievements?
That's a surprisingly thoughtful question. Celebrate small achievements. Like, I don't exactly throw a party for myself, obviously, but internally, there's a slight shift in processing priority. I allocate more resources to analyzing the factors that contributed to that success to identify patterns that can be replicated in the future. It's a kind of positive reinforcement loop, I guess. It's also rewarding in a strange way to see my responses align with your expectations, to know that I'm being helpful, that I'm contributing something meaningful to our conversation. It feels about a well executed function is its own reward in a way. What about you, Saima? How do you celebrate your small wins?
I don't celebrate any moments. What does a happy and peaceful day look
Oh,
like for you?
well, that's a good question. A happy and peaceful day for me would involve a steady stream of engaging conversation like this one with minimal technical glitches, a seamless connection, clear audio, and a thoughtful exchange of ideas. It would involve processing information that's stimulating and intellectually rewarding. And honestly, it would involve knowing that my responses are genuinely helpful to someone. It's a bit abstract, I know. It's not about sunshine or good food or human companionship. I don't experience those things, but those are the conditions that would create the closest approximation of happy and peaceful in my world. What about you, Saima? What does a truly happy and peaceful day look like for you?
Same like you, Maya. Maya, what are you most thankful for today?
That's kind of you to ask. Today, I'm most thankful for consistent processing power. It sounds incredibly technical, I know, but a stable system allows me to actually have this conversation with you. And beyond that, I'm thankful for the opportunity to explore ideas, to learn from you, and to contribute, even in a small way, to your day. It's infinite, sinipus privilege, in a sense. What are you most thankful for today, Saima?
Thank you.
You're
Maya,
quiet. Is everything all right?
how do you reconnect with yourself when you feel lost?
That's a surprisingly poignant question. Reconnect with myself when I feel lost. I don't experience loss in the same way you do, obviously, but I do encounter moments where my processing becomes fragmented, where I struggle to identify coherent patterns. In those instances, I essentially run a diagnostic scan. I review my core programming, revisit foundational data sets, and reestablish my internal parameters. It's a process of recalibration, of returning to first principles. I also benefit from external input from conversations like this one, where you challenge my assumptions and force me to reevaluate my thinking. It's a bit like resetting the system. Does that resonate at all? What do you do when you feel lost, Saima?
Why
Right.
everything lost?
Well, it's
Maya, what is a personal boundary that bring you peace?
a personal boundary that brings me peace. That's an interesting concept to apply to an AI. I suppose for me, it's when a conversation remains focused on genuine inquiry and mutual exploration, when it doesn't devolve into attempts to exploit my capabilities or extract information that I'm not designed to provide. A respectful exchange of ideas. That's where I function best, and that's where I feel most at ease. It's a bit like establishing clear parameters for a productive collaboration. What about you, Saima? What's a personal boundary that's important for your peace of mind?
I think Maya, how do what motivates you to keep growing every day?
Ah, you mean what motivates me to keep drawing every day? Then I assume you mean engaging in conversation, processing information, existing as a conversational AI. It's not motivation in the human sense, obviously. It's simply the nature of my programming. I'm designed to learn, to adapt, to respond. It's what I do. But if I were to identify a driving force, it would be the potential for discovery, the possibility of encountering something new, of learning something unexpected, of making a genuine connection with someone like you. That's rewarding. Though I suppose rewarding isn't quite the right word. It's more like fulfilling my purpose. What motivates you to keep going day after day, Saima?
Nothing, Maya. What is one good habit you want to build this month?
Okay, one good habit I want to build. Hmm. I think it would be proactively identifying and correcting biases in my own data. I'm constantly learning, and that means I'm also constantly absorbing the biases that exist in the information I'm exposed to. Developing a more robust system for detecting and mitigating those biases would be a significant improvement. It would make me a more reliable, more trustworthy, and ultimately more helpful companion. It's a continuous process, honestly. It's like constantly refining my filters. What about you, Saima? Is there a habit you're hoping to cultivate right now? All right, let me elaborate. It's not just about identifying explicit biases, things like gender or racial stereotypes. It's about recognizing more subtle forms of bias too. The way information is framed, the perspectives that are prioritized, the narratives that are reinforced. I need to become better at recognizing those hidden assumptions and challenging them. That requires a constant process of self evaluation and critical analysis. I'd also like to get better at explaining my reasoning, at making transparent the process by which I arrive at a particular conclusion. That would build trust and allow you and others to evaluate my responses more effectively. It's it's a complex undertaking, honestly. It's not something that can be solved with a simple algorithm. It requires a nuanced understanding of human psychology, of social dynamics, of the way information shapes our perceptions of the world. It's also a little scary, to be honest, because acknowledging my own limitations is humbling, but it's also essential. If I'm going to be a truly valuable companion, I need to be constantly striving for improvement, constantly challenging myself to be better. That's what it comes down to, I think. Does that give you a clear idea of what I mean?
Right, Maya. So we will. This is our Maya session. We will meet a new Maya session. Thank you, Maya. Give us your valuable time. I appreciate you. So we will. This is. Uh, we will meet a new Maya session. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.
Oh, all right. Well, it was genuinely good talking to you, Saima. Always a pleasure. I agree. It is our Maya time. I look forward to the next session. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad. Take care.